I'm about to read for 24 hours. Honestly, don't really know too much what's going on. 16 hours and 47 more minutes. I have fuel for the rest of this video because I'm gonna need to stay up late tonight. Forgot to start the timer. When did I pause the timer? Why do I suck at this? They literally laid it out for me and I'm still shocked. Like, there's no way this is true. What the heck? 12:54, almost 1 a.m. That just shows how long I've been in this chair. Hours. But I'm not gonna read 24 hours straight. I know some people do that, but I just cannot do that. First of all, I value my sleep. Second of all, I value my sanity. No one wants to see the person I'll become if I don't get my sleep. And I just know, like, I can't stay up late. Like, I'm the type of person that is in bed by 9 p.m., asleep by 10 p.m. So I really can't stay up late. Like, I'm gonna try tonight, but yeah. So this is gonna be split up between at least 2 days, if not 3 days, because it's currently 12:04. So if I were to read for 12 hours, I'd have to stay up till midnight, which I never do. But we're gonna try. Tomorrow, hopefully I can read for another 12 hours, but I do have work for 3 hours. So we're gonna have to see. Is this the best time to do this video? Probably not. Am I gonna do it anyways? Yes, because I've mentally prepared, I'm excited for it, and I'm just gonna try. Also, I am gonna let myself include audiobooks. I don't know if most people do that, but I'm letting myself do it because it's still reading, and I'm obviously gonna like need a break from just staring at either my Kindle or a book for that long. I just think an audiobook will be helpful. Plus I can do it like while I'm cooking, while I'm driving. If I need to drive anywhere, I can do it while I'm doing my skincare at night. Like, it just helps get some more of the time cut down, and also it's still reading. So I'm counting audiobooks, okay? Please don't yell at me about it in the comments. It's still reading. That's all I have to say about that. Do I have a plan? Not really. Do I have any book in mind? Kind of, but also not really. Why am I doing this? I just really want to. I think it'd be fun. I'm scared, but I'm excited. So we need to start because it's already 12. What's going to be the first book? Because really, the first book can make or break this. Like, if I put myself in a book slump, it's over. Over. So I need to pick a good one. I kind of want fantasy right now. Do I want fantasy? Oh, I don't know. This one's thick. Okay, I have two options and they're very different. The first option is Bunny. I honestly don't know a lot about this book. I just know it's like so confusing, and I think it's a thriller, or at least like it's a mystery. Do I want to read this late at night? No. So should I read it now? Maybe. But our option 2 is Heartless. I know it's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and my mom's actually reading this right now, so I thought it'd be fun to read this alongside her. And it's by the author who wrote the Lunar Chronicles, which I also have, but have not read yet. So, I don't know. But I just feel like I kind of want fantasy vibes. But this one's thick. That's kind of what's... But if we get a thick one out of the way, then we can read this later. I think we'll just start it. Worst case, we'll DNF it. I'm just in that mood lately. I'm like, worst case, we'll try something else. I read for about 45 minutes and I'm on page 42, so I'm not going to give my thoughts yet because it's still setting up and I don't really know the plot yet, but I'm about to go eat lunch because I'm starving, and I'm going to listen to The Girl on the Train. I'm almost done with it, as you can see, and I'll hopefully finish it while I'm eating lunch, and then I have to go run some errands, and I'll also listen to this until I finish it, and then we'll start a new one. You can tell I've been laying for a few hours, but I have some updates. So I'm on page 140 of Heartless. I'm really enjoying it so far, honestly. It's very whimsical fairy tale vibes, and it's definitely like Alice in Wonderland vibes, but I'm loving it. I haven't read anything like this in a while, and it's very refreshing, and I love the writing style of this. It's very entertaining and descriptive, but not too descriptive. Sometimes, we all know, too much description is boring, but I love this writing. I'm very enthralled in this story. So we have Catherine, who wants to be a baker. Her passion is baking, but she comes from like a kind of like royal family. Not really. I don't know the words. Like, they're words I just have not cared to look up yet. Marquess Marchioness. Those words, I don't know what they are, but they're that. And so her parents want her to marry and be rich and continue that path in life, and she just wants to open her own little cute bakery and bake all day, which slay for her, but her parents aren't a big fan. And the king has now expressed his interest in her as a potential suitor, future queen, and she is like, no, I don't want that. So that's the conflict right now. And then we met Jest, who is the Joker. So he's kind of like the entertainment for the king. He's like a jester. And there's some chemistry already between him and Catherine. And I'm loving it. She also has dreams about him, which is very interesting. I feel like that's going to be a big part later because she literally has dreams. And then a lemon tree will sprout and a rose bush sprouted like in her bed. And that is very interesting. I want to know more about that. Hopefully we'll get more about it. But there's definitely like tension between them, like they're flirting a little bit, and she's always thinking of him, dreaming of him, and she's like trying not to have the king ask for her hand in marriage. Like she does not want to marry him. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be some tension soon, some jealousy maybe. I don't know, but I'm loving it so far. It's very entertaining. So yeah, I'm hoping to continue reading that. But whenever I wasn't reading this, I was listening to The Girl on the Train, which I finished. Which I don't really know if we should count it as like one book done in this video because I literally was 93% in when I started it in this video. But I did finish it earlier. But then after I finished that, I was still out running my errands and eating lunch and everything. So I started I Know Who You Are by Alice Feeney, which I am pretty sure this is my last Alice Feeney book, at least on Libby, that's available for me to read. I don't know if she has more books. I have to look into it, but this is the last one that's available on Libby. So this might be her last one out right now that I can read, which fills me with dread. But also I'm excited to be able to be like, yeah, I read all her books. I'm 13% into this. Honestly, don't really know too much what's going on. I just know the girl's an actress and her husband's missing. And we're getting kind of like a past and present timeline, but it's kind of confusing because it's like her childhood. I don't know. I need to get further into it before I can like really explain it because I'm kind of confused. But I'm going to take a break from this one and go downstairs and eat dinner and listen more to I Know Who You Are. And I'll come back with thoughts. I'm here for a final update on day 1. I did get out my Kindle, but guess what? It's Kindle Unlimited, so it's free. It was free, so of course I had to get it. I just need to switch it up, and I'm going to be reading in bed for the rest of the night. I'm 45%. I'm hoping to get to like 55 or 60% tonight. I definitely think I'm reading a bit slow, but this book also is almost like 500 pages, so I picked a pretty big book to start out with, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll finish a book tomorrow. For our time update, we are at 16 hours and 47 more minutes. So this will probably definitely go into day 3. I'm also going to continue listening to I Know Who You Are by Alice Feeney while I'm getting ready for bed and like doing my skincare and stuff. So tomorrow morning I'll give an update on what I do tonight. I don't know if I'll stay up super late. I'm going to try, but I do work in the morning for 3 hours, so that also cuts into this time. But this is just a really realistic trying to read for 24 hours. Like how many days it's going to take me. That's just like a realistic version. I don't know how people can read 5, 6, 7 books in 24 hours. Like they're cracking through, they're staying up all night. Like I unfortunately can't do that, so I hope this is still interesting for you. And maybe just like a different take on the normal 24-hour readathon stuff. So I don't know, but I really, really am enjoying Heartless and I'm excited to get back into it. Like I'm so glad that I'm liking this book because lately I haven't found like a book that I really like. This is great and I'm loving it. We need to update and we need to chat and discuss a few things. First of all, I have fuel for the rest of this video because I'm going to need to stay up late tonight. So we got that. We are currently at 12 hours and like 40 minutes left. So almost halfway. And have I finished the book yet? No. Like that is sitting not well with me right now. But I was thinking and I was like, okay, well I'm 60% into I Know Who You Are. 6 hours in. I am listening to it at 1.75 speed. So it's definitely not been 6 straight hours. Probably like, I don't know. I won't even worry about that math. A few hours on this one. And then I am 62% into Heartless. So we have a good chunk of 2 books. It's just neither of them are completed because anytime I'm not reading this, I'm listening to this. So I have like big chunks of 2 separate books, just not a full one done yet. But really soon they'll both be done. So then it's like I have 2 checked off, just not yet. Hopefully I'll finish this soon. Let's see how long it says I still have left. It says I still have 3 hours and 35 minutes left in this book. That means this book is taking me like over 8 hours. But like, I'm enjoying it. I don't want to rush through it. I'm enjoying my time. And we can probably beat that. We all know the joy of rushing through and beating the Kindle time. Okay, so we'll probably try to aim for less than that. Wanted to give a little bit more details about I Know Who You Are by Alice Feeney because I'm 60%, so hopefully I know some more details, you know? But honestly, I'm still at a loss for words. Like, we get a present and past timeline, like we get her childhood timeline, and like something like kind of traumatic happens in her childhood and you just kind of learn about her childhood home life, which is not the best. And then you get the present timeline where she's trying to figure out like where her husband is because he's missing, and like she is kind of like the lead top suspect right now for the cops, and you're just seeing everything unravel, and it's entertaining. Like, I'm entertained, but at the same time I'm like, where is this going? Like, I'm so confused. And it is dark. Like, the chapters about her childhood are kind of dark, so I would maybe look up trigger warnings and just be aware of that fact if you're looking into this book. But yeah, it's not scary, but it's definitely dark. I'm gonna continue with this for now since I've been listening to this all morning. Hopefully I'll be finished with one of these two soon. Probably pick a shorter book after this so we can finish some more books. Like, I don't know how people are finishing like 5 books or like 4 books in the first half of a 24-hour readathon. Like, I read slow, I guess. I'm a snail in this race, but it's fine. We're gonna keep reading. I'm sorry, what? How is there still an hour left in this book? They literally laid it out for me and I'm still shocked. Like, there's no way this is true. There's no way this is true. I just refuse to believe it. Okay, literally just finished my book. Are you kidding me right now? I forgot. This is just my life. I have been reading probably for the past hour, maybe hour and a half. Forgot to start the timer. When did I pause the timer? Why do I suck at this? I gotta take time off. Like, I'm not gonna read for 10 more hours. Oh, guys, bear with me, please. This is my first time ever doing this. Apparently, I need help. I'm just gonna take off I'm just gonna say we have 9. Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna say we have 9 hours left. I'm gonna take off an hour and a half. I have been reading for a while, I promise you. Because I finished. And like the last time I updated, I still had an hour left. So I definitely read at least an hour. I don't know how long this has been paused. I'm so mad at myself, but we're gonna get over it. It's okay. Let's not cause a scene. Let's just move on. It's not that deep. Please don't be mad at me. Okay, continuing. Finished it. I don't know. I am in disbelief. Like, should I have known perhaps a bit more going into this book? Probably. If I had, do I think I would be as shocked? No. I went into this completely blind, and I recommend you do the same because I had a wild ride. I had loved it. I enjoyed it. But man, was I going through it. I do think it was a tad long, but maybe that's just because I'm doing this challenge and thinking about the time constantly and thinking about how long it took me to read this book. I will give my ratings and stuff at the end because like my brain's gonna be jumbled after all this, but first book done only took, I don't know, like 10 hours. Wait, me not being able to do math. 13 hours. That just seems so wrong. 13 hours in and I finished one book. I'm gonna stop saying how this is such a realistic video because to be fair, I'm also 60% to another book. So let's just not continue that conversation because I already have overly shared about it. Like, I don't even want to think about anything else. Like, this book has me reeling. Go read it, please. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done with it now. Promise. Till the end. I think I just need to like walk around and listen to this and have totally something different. What the heck?
She disappears into the crowd of faces, all staring in my direction. You drown
find me here slowly. Brown eyes stare at me boldly.
It's nighttime. As you can see, I'm in my comfy PJs, and that was my first step in getting comfortable and ready for the night portion of this. Hopefully I can stay up late. I'm really gonna try. I have my Kindle, which I'm gonna try to read on because I just read faster on my Kindle and I just don't want to have to like hold a book while I'm struggling to stay awake. And then I'm gonna stay in here as long as possible because if I start laying in my bed, I'm gonna fall asleep. So that's my game plan right now, but I need to pick out a book to read. Honestly, I think I already know what I want to choose because I read Behind the Net recently in my mood reading vlog and it just did not hit the way I wanted it to hit. It was supposed to be like a good hockey romance and it wasn't, but since then I've been craving a good hockey romance, so I think I'm gonna continue the, what is this called, off-campus series, but I'm gonna try to get on my Kindle because like I said, I don't want to hold a book right now. I'm on the second one, so the mistake. We still have 8 hours 12 minutes left of this challenge. So I probably won't be finishing tonight, but hopefully I'll get a good chunk. Oh yes, it is on Kindle Unlimited, so we're gonna grab it. Okay, update. 6 hours, 36 minutes left. I'm 27%, almost 30%, but I decided to do my update now because there's texting. And if you know me, you know my feelings on texting and books. I'm a fan, so sorry if you hear my boyfriend, he's playing games. Anyways, I'm always a fan of texting and books. I just think it's so funny and like there's usually good banter when there's texting. So, and look at how it is formatted. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. Don't do it in a weird way. I don't know. But I am liking it, so I'm already tired. I'm liking the book. The only thing I have about it is that it seems like their relationship's gonna be very, very physical and based on only physical attractiveness, which like it's fine. I'm not expecting like groundbreaking romance. It's definitely entertaining and keeping me reading, and I just like think it's a fun little book right now, which is perfect after Heartless. I need this. I'm reading this kind of fast, like definitely faster than Heartless, so that's a good sign. So hopefully I'll get to like 50% soon and then I can give another update. I'm going strong. This is good for me and it's late. Okay, I actually kind of picked a good night to do this because it's storming so bad outside and when our power load just flickered on and off. So it's a good thing I'm doing this because it's not like I could be sleeping anyways. Okay, so I'm at 45%. I was gonna do an update at 50%, but it just seems fitting now. So far I'm liking it. I'm kind of reading it slow now, probably because I'm tired, but I'm still liking it. I was a little bit bored-ish just now, just because there was like over the summer and the main people were separated for summer break, so I was like, okay, let's get back to when they're together. But so far it's just like vibes. Like I'm just reading for the vibes, and I'm not hating it. I hope my power doesn't go out. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, but we have 5 hours and 41 minutes left. Honey, I almost threw my Kindle.
I jumped too, to be fair.
That one got me. Jeez. Come here. My poor baby's scared. It's okay, Angel. It's okay, Angel. Gosh. Back to this. Bye. I actually have to pee. Gotta bring this as a flashlight just in case the power goes off. Imagine I'm just, okay, TMI. It's 12:54, almost 1 a.m. Still have 4 hours and 44 minutes left. I'm tired. I'm 62% in. I'm enjoying myself. One thing about Elle Kennedy is that she's gonna do these hockey college romances right, and they're gonna hit every time. I just love the college vibes, the friendship vibes. I just love it. Right now, there's like, okay, so they've gone back from summer break and there's like kind of tension because he kind of messed things up with her and she was like, I don't want to be with you right now. He has to like kind of win her back, and I'm giggling, I'm eating this up. Let me see how much long my Kindle says. 2 hours and 1 minute, so I can read for 2 hours tomorrow and finish this. And then we still have 2 more hours. Well, we have 4 more hours, 44, so then we would have 2 more hours, 44 minutes, if I read that accurately. So then we can finish my audiobook. The fact that I still only have 1 book done is baffling to me. I think I was just really reading slow. I still do not understand that. But I'm almost done with 2 other ones. So that would be 3, so I guess that's accurate. Heartless. Yeah, I'm heartless. Running on regardless. I'm tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed. It is the next day, clearly. But we still have 4 hours and 44 minutes left. So we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna hopefully finish The Mistake. My goals are to finish The Mistake, finish my audiobook, I Know Who You Are, and then maybe start another book if we have enough time. I don't know, we'll see. But I definitely want to finish both of these. But we're gonna start with The Mistake. Also, I have my leftover Dunkin' coffee, so we'll be energized. I've honestly sat in this chair for so long, literally practically the whole time I've sat in this chair. But that's how you know it's comfortable. Like, I'm comfy. It's a good investment. Oh my god, this is so cute. I just have to say this really quick. So he like made this mistake and he was like, please tell me what I can do to like make it up to you, like I'll do anything. And so she made him this list of things that he needs to do to make it up to her, and he's actually doing them and they're so funny and cute, and he's actually trying. Like, that is so cute. I'm enjoying this. Oh my god, my chair's literally falling off. My cushion's falling off. That just shows how long I've been in this chair. Hours. Anyways, I finished The Mistake. Oh my gosh, this was so cute. So cute. I was eating it up. If there's a grand gesture in a book, automatically gonna love it. Eat it up. Multiple? Please. Like, I'm gonna love it. And I did. I did in fact really like this. I didn't love the beginning as much just because it was way more physical attraction. But then, once it kept flowing, and the grand gestures started coming up, and the romance, oh, so good, so cute, and I'm really glad that I read that. And we still have like about 3 hours left. Honestly, I think I need a break from my Kindle. I need a break from this position. I think now I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and try to finish that. Let me see how long I have left. I have 3 hours left, but I'm listening to it on 1.75 speed, so it's less than 3 hours. I just can't tell you the math on how much is left, so maybe I'll try to go finish that. I finished the audiobook. I did take a shower and like listen to it in the shower while I was doing my skincare. I did a little bit of laundry and I finished. I need to like collect my thoughts on that one, but oh my god, literally, ew. That's the only thing I have to say about that. You'll hear more about that in my review at the end. We have about 57 minutes left on the timer on our last hour stretch. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to start a new book because I only have an hour and I just don't have the brain power for that right now. But I am in the like kind of in the middle of 2 different books. So the first one that I'm a little bit into already is The Book Eaters. I started this in my mood reading vlog and then ended up putting it down. And I'm actually only 30 pages in. The writing was a little bit slow for me, but the actual premise of this book really excites me and intrigues me, but I just can't get into it for some reason. And then I'm also like about 100 pages into Before We Were Strangers. I actually started this as an audiobook, and then the only reason I didn't finish it is because my audiobook loan on Libby returned and I did not finish it in time, and I just didn't have time to renew it, and it was in my book slump phase, so I was just like, I don't even care, I can go back. Someone else can read it. They deserve it more. I don't feel like reading it right now. But now I really want to finish it. I've been thinking about this ever since I stopped the audiobook, so I kind of think I'm leaning towards this one because this one I just think is going to require more brain power, and I only have an hour left and I'm brain fried, so we'll go with this one. And we'll just see how far I can get into it in this last hour. I don't think I'll finish it, but we'll at least get a little bit further into it. Oh my gosh. done. My brain and my eyes are like crazy. But I got about halfway into Before We Were Strangers. But I say that's enough for today. I just read for 24 hours. I successfully finished reading for 24 hours. Did it take me 3 days? Yes, but I did it. I did it. And we need to recap everything that happened. All the books I read, the books I didn't finish, and give you my final thoughts and opinions and rating. We started the video off with Heartless, which I did not know the wild ride this book was gonna bring me on, but I did enjoy it. My heart was ripped out. I think I'll be thinking about this book for a while too. I loved the vibes. The fairy tale, whimsical vibes were so good. I just like did not know what this book really was or like what it was supposed to kind of be. So I was shook, and like I said earlier, I think if you don't know anything about this, go into it blind, because that's what I did. And yeah, I just don't even have words for this. I really liked it though, so I am gonna give it 4 stars. I just think it was so good. I wasn't really bored at all while reading it, but I did read it really slow. Like, this book took me the longest out of all these books that I read. I definitely recommend this, and now that I've read this, I'm so excited to read the rest. The Luna Chronicles, I have them all down there too, so I really want to read them. Oh, okay, sorry. Then I read The Mistake, which I'm gonna cover the cover on this because it's so cringy. I read it on my Kindle actually. Like, look at this cover. The new covers are so much better. I'm so glad they switched them, and I'm so tempted to buy the new covers, but I have all of the old ones. So do I need new covers? No, but like, I don't like to hold it up and be like, yeah, this is what I'm reading. Anyways, I did read this one. I did really enjoy it. The only thing I had, like, problem that I had about this book was just at the beginning. It was like purely a physical attraction, physical romance, and I don't really like that as much. But after like 40% or maybe 50%, it kind of switched and became more romantic. Like, he was doing all these grand gestures for her. But I really liked it. I think I'm gonna land on a 3.5 because it was really good. I just wasn't like absolutely obsessed with it. Like, I really liked the deal more than this one. I really liked Grace in this book. I thought she was really relatable, and I just liked her character a lot. And Logan was so sweet, and he just like the things that he did for her. Yes, I'm gonna end off there. And then I finished my audiobook, I Know Who You Are by Alice Feeney. I'm gonna say it again. Look up the trigger warnings for this book if you even think about starting it. Honestly, I don't even know if I would recommend that you do, because I genuinely did not like the ending at all. It's very gross and disturbing and weird. I just did not like it, but like the whole rest of the book was fine. There was like dark parts, like her whole childhood is kind of traumatic, so you do get that, but like it was like okay. But then the present timeline was so confusing because she's like trying to figure out like where her husband is because he's like missing, and she's like an actress, and she's like getting all of this like publicity, and she's talking to the police, and she's trying to like do all this stuff. And I was like, okay, like what's gonna happen? Like, I'm interested in like where the story is going. But then when we got to where the story was going, I was just in shock, and I did not like the ending at all. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to give it like a 2 stars. Like, I feel so bad because Alice Feeney, like, I love her books. I've loved like all of her books, and I have read like dark ones by her, but like I could always get over it. But this one, like, it's not only just dark, it is weird and kind of gross. I won't ever think about it or read it again. And then I did get a little bit farther into Before We Were Strangers because we had like an hour left of the timer, so can't really say much about this book. But it is like 2 best friends in college, young, in love, and we're just kind of seeing their life. I'm sure there's going to be a falling out. It's called Before We Were Strangers, so I'm scared. But so far I'm really enjoying it. The writing's really easy to get into, and I just find myself flipping the pages really fast in this, and I just am enjoying it so far, but I am a little bit scared. So I'll hopefully finish this in the next few days, and I'll be able to give you my rating and my wrap up for this month, so look forward to that. But we successfully did 24 hours of reading. I do want to do this challenge again because I think I would like it more if I just sat down for 12 hours and then sat down for another 12 hours instead of like going through 3 days. And then I would try to plan a little bit better, and that way, yeah, I don't have to take work breaks, and then I can actually try to like stay up later next time. So let me know if you think I should try this again. And thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you really soon in the next video.